Double Diamond Railroad back with a quick demo test run of the newly completed used catch of the C420 Alco, the 7220, which I have a duplicate of. It's coming back from the shop. And so I have to call this 7221 in the controller. Let's see. I don't know why that is. The guy had two of the same. 2913, a GP35. Now has a TCS ASD-4 board in there. All worked out. And the Alco, I got it running last evening late with the identified board. And this is an Atlas engine. Duh. I looked all over for stamping, flipped it over, and there it was on the fuel tank. Of course, fuel tanks are removable, so I still wasn't sure, but looked up and found the board number, zoomed it in, took a picture, and it turns out it is a DIGITRAX board, a DN166I3. So it's a DN they start with, capital DN. And I found one on Midwest Micro. I don't know if we'll get one. This is older board. It didn't want a consist, and then I got a 2 consist, but it wouldn't run. And I was using Grok 4.0 AI off of X, and it told me to set, let's see, the CV57 to 85 to start out. Sometimes they said it's defaulted to 0. But it was on 6 and it was like too low. Put it to 85 and bingo, the thing ran smooth to good. I still might get a newer board, the same thing. It just slides right in, it's so easy. And get to new firmware. But we'll see how it does. The only problem I have right now, the GP35, the shell rattles, vibrates. Kind of grindy. I'm going to take it apart again, flush it, take the trucks off, flush them, and then hyper lube, just a drop of oil on each truck gear, on the top gear and the worm gear. See if I can get it to tone down. If not, I'm got the idea to cut some strips of a business card and try to slip it in under the edge of the shell to get the shell from vibrating against the metal. I'm hoping that'll help then. So let's do a test run. We got to head over to the depot, get our first run out. No motor, no engine sound. Just have to listen to the grinding of the GP35 if we can hear it. Here we go. So go toot toot and ding ding ding. Speed step 1, still not enough with that front controller board. They're a little bit tight. I got to open up the GP35. I hear it. I might check his CV9, turn his PWM, I think it is, right up. I did that on the Alco. I just drove in here backwards at 10. So we'll go out at 10 like we're supposed to. So you might be able to hear that growl. Typical old Atlas. It's a good sign to go in and out of those switches. Real good sign. I got to loosen the trucks on the 2913. See, that may be a problem. I remembered it said be careful not to over tighten the chassis ends or the trucks won't pivot good. Might be happening there. I noticed only on the curves. But she runs, very happy. I can only go up from here, improving. It's a hard battle, spread over 3 or 4 days. We finally got them running without additional expense, and I did spend Let's see, about 40 bucks on 2 boards, 40 bucks shipped. I spent that. Now we got to slow down. So now I got an AMD4 board that doesn't work. You could put it in, but you have to hardwire solder it in there. Put jumpers. Okay, that's right there's 10 miles an hour. Doing pretty good. I think if I take that PWM up on, I'll check that CV9. Had to break him apart though out of the concepts and do it. I did on the Alco. I set it as Grok recommended. That was very helpful, man. That thing knew all kinds of stuff about things I hadn't thought about or hadn't heard of. Well, I heard of them, but didn't know the impacts. So let's stop here. So what happened, move closer. So what happened is, it was the BEMF, the back EMF. That 6 was too low. Put that to 85 as it recommended, and it worked fine then. So just because of an older board, you had to turn it way up. So I did that. Now, if I had a new board in here, I probably wouldn't have to need that much. Probably go back to 6. So that's how we fixed the Alco C420. Okay, we're pulling up to the depot. Speed step 1. Pretty good. Take it up to 5. That's where you hear the GP35, which sounds smooth, but it's just kind of, it's like the gears, a little bit grindy. Oh, and see that PTC tower right there? The other one that I've been waiting on since February, it just shipped. The one I tried to cancel, they said it's too late. It just shipped yesterday. So now I'm going to have 2 of them. Gives me confidence to get a 3rd one. Okay, there we go. So the next one's going, it'll be taller. It's going over at the shops. That'll be a main hub right there. So I may not need more than 2. But I should have one in the center section here somewhere of the layout. Maybe at the yard, CSX yard right in the middle of it. You got to put it where you're not going to reach in and hit a switch and break it off. That's the whole problem. So I might be able to do that. I got an idea right here. We'll take a look. Just hit me. It's kind of close to the other one, but just for visual, be on camera all the time. That's practice. This is like in between the other 2 then. Would be like right there, but I'd reach in, there's a switch there behind that building, Silver Hut, so you reach in, you break it off, and a switch to the right, you break it off. So why not put it back by the, to the left side of the pine tree, spruce tree, right down there on the brown, and have it come up back there. That might work. I see another place too, be totally out of the way. Could put one back there in that triangle. That's a little more equidistant there. Or we could go over here, just for a look. I got to put it where it's going to show up visually a lot. So right there on ahead of the tree to the right would be a good spot where you notice it all the time. A lot of camera pans through here. Then that's a possibility for a 3rd one. We could come over here, and why not have one by the old control tower back behind it along the back wall of the backdrop, right by the diamond. That would make sense. So you look back there and you see it standing up to the left of the, why am I thinking? Can't think of the real name for it, because it's not used anymore. Anyway, the old switch tower, I know it's not the name, whatever. It's just there for looks, just like the one up at Deschler. We used to have one down here. It was really cool. Was never in it, but the switch machines, the hand pulls from the tower, there's a rack of them in the Model Railroad Club here. They got it set up with a map and everything and circuitry. Pretty cool. So there we go. Good test. I was like, do I really want to take it through that shop's tracks back there? Sometimes a longer engine can get caught, like the C420, but no problem. I haven't cleaned there either. If I wiped that down, it would have been better. Looks like maybe the GP35 needs more PWM or something. Help boost a little bit. Have to look up the settings on the TCS site. They don't tell you that on a paper, I don't think. I'll look again. Oh, and I gained like 5 new tank cars. I went rooting through the box down here looking for the case for the 420, couldn't find it. Let's look at those. Okay, there's the first two, an ADM and a Georgia peanut oil thing or something. And then behind, can only see the tops of them. There's another corn syrup car, and then a big corn syrup type car right there in front of it, a long one. Looks like about maybe 20,000 gallon or something. So we got those in there. That'll be serving Jolly Joker. That's why we got them over there. And there's one other car. It's an acid car or gasoline car. There you go, right there. Pyrofax bottled gas. So we brought that over to be with the other chem cars over here at Metalworks. Thought that would be appropriate. So there's another one. More interest, more cars free. Good deal. Okay, we're going to cut off. I hear that somebody's mowing right outside. I'm going to start picking that up on the phone. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. A quick little update and demo test of the last 2 units. Now I get my, I'm sure he shipped out already, the other C420s. Get those and make a big contest. That'll be cool. 2 of them with sound. Maybe put these other 2 engines with it. That'd be awesome. Be a good looking power contest. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care, God bless, have a great afternoon. And week coming up, Double Diamond Railroad out.